Hi, Ophiuchus. If you'd like to come on in, have a seat for some symbolic support. Here's your ink blot we made earlier in October, and we have flipped it for perspective possibilities. We'll scry, add on tarot and oracle, and as well we have the ghost tube here kicking for any audio additions that may inspire or irritate. Receive or release freely, of course. Opies, you know the drill. I'm going to take a moment here, and you're welcome to join me to close the eyes. Cleansing the palette of perception, releasing the race and the rush. Activating the abstract mind and ancient awareness to perceive and receive symbolic support. Opies, thank you so much for being my muse, for holding space for me to share my insights and allowing me to be a guest in your aura. I'm going to get in here. Let's see what's going on. You know the drill as well. If you see, sense, or feel anything, please feel well to comment below and inspire our interconnected nature. There's birds in a nest here. Something about like their white breasts. It's almost like they're penguin-esque, but they're not penguins. Well, I shouldn't say they're not penguins. They just look like they're huddled together like two sparrows or two bluebirds or something along that lines. But they're... sorry, hold on. Something about penguins. And they are both connected. There could be some sort of commitment in and around you, what you're working towards. I'm also seeing antlers coming through. Sorry, that was a very weird moment in your reading. That's okay. Antlers up here. And chicken feet. Chicken feet? Yeah, I'm going to call them chicken feet or chicken claws, something along that lines. I'm seeing somebody like, you know, come here, come here, come here, come here. Again, it could be a job, something you're looking to, or a partner, companionship. It's like, come closer, come here, come here. But I'm not going to lie. I feel a little like, but inevitably it could be. Do penguins mate for life? Interesting. I'm not sure. I'm also seeing a t-shirt down here. Something about a t-shirt. Somebody could be designing t-shirts or something about your clothing, specifically Opies. I feel as though there's... somebody could be wearing a corset as well. There's something about the way I'm presenting myself. Yeah, maybe you're changing clothes or you're looking at... you design something or you're just playing with the design of what you express to the public. To the public specifically. So it has its okay. Yes. So it has its point. There's a reason. So maybe you have like a certain job or the way you dress for something is very specific. Feels well. It feels promising, to be honest with you, is how it feels to me. I'm seeing the blood of tears of blood, tears and fears. I don't know, something along that lines. Opies. I'm hearing that song, iScry. I cry for you, Argentina. Is there something you're crying for? If there was a passing, but I kind of feel like it's something outside of me. And Opis, I know in your aura, it's very healing for the collective. Things that I tune into that I don't necessarily can say that I see or say that I sense amongst the layers of the living. But I'm seeing that. I'm also seeing a witch doctor or a shaman. Very clearly he is stepping through, and it is a masculine energy. Something about the eye sockets. Could be tired, not getting enough sleep, or spirit is keeping you up at night if you find you're very sensitive at this time, given in the spirit of October as well. Again, you're very sensitive to the living and the layers of the living, but it's like through the Ophiuchus understanding what is living isn't limited to the landscape of the material animated. Some of you might be helping souls on the other side and vice versa, but they could be keeping you up at night. So I feel like maybe diving into, or maybe there's just a lot of dream work going on. So you might be starting, again, you might even like a pajama shirt, something with a shirt or a sigil on it, something to reaffirm serenity at sleep. Serenity at sleep. Because I do feel like there could be just something that's, I don't feel like it's malicious in intent around you, but because you're so sensitive to it, being such an aware healer energetically, that, or maybe even very physically, if this is what you do for a living as well, sometimes you need to shut it down, like flick the light switch off and say, rest. I am resting here. 8 of Swords and the 7 of Pentacles. If those mean anything to you, you know the drill. Follow it first versus my yammerings. But thank you so much for holding space for me to share mine. And like, sharing, and subscribing if you haven't already. 9 of Cups and 10 of Wands. Okay, so let's just take a moment here. 7, 8, 9, 10. In your paranormal poker hand, what is this? Is it almost a full house? 7, 8, 9, 10. Six of Wands. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If that's wrong in the poker language, a full house, I apologize. Feel free to put it below what it is. But boom, OPs. Boom. Full house. And I also want to take a moment to say you could have a full house in your mind and in your heart, and what's keeping you up at night. Sleep is important. Rest. Even like restorative yoga. The power of passivity sometimes can, I don't want to say outweigh, but yeah, house. Maybe somebody's building a house as well. Because with the 10 of Wands, like, I'm seeing people bring things in and it's cost a lot of money. And I might be worried that this house is costing more money. And now I'm kind of not sure. But I see the celebration with the 9 and the 6 coming through. You might even turn around and flip it. Somebody might be a flipper. You've put a lot of work into this. And this 10 of Wands, I want to like plop this card in, like right down here where I think last time, if I recall, and I don't really recall a lot of readings, but yours I tend to get snippets of, so thank you. Right in this whole little landmass, I want to plop it in there. Like all this hard work that I've been doing. It's not about being feeling better than somebody else because I carry so many burdens. And I feel like that's because somebody might be drinking a lot after work. Like blowing off steam. Oh, I feel like that's annoying. Or maybe my battery's dying. Sorry. Now I'm like clicking on things. Okay. I'm just going to let it be. Let it be. Let it be. Yeah, the eye socket things. I'm also seeing somebody like drawing, there's a blank face. There's no features, and I feel like I get to draw it on. I get to decide how I want to see things. I get to decide. I'm also seeing an amoeba. Amoeba might mean something to somebody. And there's a see right down here in this totem. That's what I'm going to call it. This totem, but inevitably leads up to this mountain or tower of connection. But when I say a tower, it's just because it's towering. towers. Yeah, it towers. I feel like Frankenstein right now. Thank you. I feel the House of Frankenstein, especially if you're putting things together, rearranging. Maybe you're changing your decor, the outside of your house, Halloween style, of course. Decorate. There's something along that lines. Somebody's throwing you a parade. Interesting. Who is that? John F. Kennedy and his wife, like when they're in the car. Okay, so interesting, Ophies. So what it's reminding me of is, say in that moment of that parade happening, is it a parade? And there's these people in a car and they're waving. I'm seeing it as John F. and I think it's his wife, but forgive me, I'm not political. I don't really know. It's the crowd. So now imagine in this towering. Oh, that just. Okay, that's like an apartment building. Something that's tall and towers over the people watching. And I feel like Batman. And I feel like Batman because I'm keeping an eye out, not for, maybe for threats, absolutely maybe for threats. But really what I'm feeling is it's the energy of the collective in that traumatizing moment. The collective gives off an energy. And I feel as though I'm protective of that, of the collective. That's what it makes me feel like. Hopefully I didn't butcher that and you know what I mean. Opie Collective. This card down here is Crystals and Herbs. I will absolutely show it to you in a hot mess minute. But it reminds me like your medicine. And in all of these different towers, but they are towers, but they're towers to other people. But you're on top of the tower for this certain specific you. And this isn't to say that you yourself don't go through tower moments, in the classical sense. And if you're going through something, it's like because you resonate and you have compassion for that collective energy. And sometimes it calls you to come down and help. And now it's like I go into the night, into the Gotham City of sorts. With the crystals and herbs, the elixir of your medicine, of helping. Oh, what medicine, what sacredness to behold. A dash of healing straight from the mother's home. A lot of home stuff, a lot of heart stuff. You also have Wolf here, 44, and you had Full House. I'm also seeing now the Full House, the show. The twins. Is it Mary Kate and Ashley? Because in the Wolf you have the twins of the light and dark. Maybe you are having for what many call or refer to as twin flame or twin soul, or just twin within yourself, of recognizing the light and dark of not only within, but without. Something is behind you. It's like your tower moment is behind you, and to be of service to the collective from an energetic constellation space.
Give it back.
Or maybe it's some of you actually do it in a profession as well, or as a voluntary philanthropy space. You go and do specific things to help others amongst the collective in your Gotham City of sorts. Because it's not all about money. This is about an energy exchange. What is unseen here? Altar. I want to come back to the wolf for a second, because when I was standing on top of that and feeling like the Batman, I said, when you feel the calling to come down and help. And the wolf card, it says here, devour the ferocious calling within the howling of your spirit. Run wildly into the freedom of your knowing. Don't give yourself a heart attack. Please don't do that. Coming back to the altar, this is that witch doctor feel. So there's a masculine witch doctor and a feminine, I don't know what culture it's in, but a feminine healer energy of sorts. Maybe it's Wiccan, maybe it's, voodoo or hoodoo. I don't know what it is. And I'm sure there's a million other cultures that I'm just not aware of. So I stick to the basics because if you know, you know. It's not about, that's the word. I almost choked on the air around me. Whoa. Okay, so when I come into the altar, a sacred devotion, a worship skin deep, rising from the ash, the waters you keep. This is about emotional stuff here. You, the birthmarks. Your birthmarks from being. It's like when I'm in the Opie energy, I can feel I have been them. I am them. Them is not outside of me. Does that, do you know what I mean by that? There's something about a sacredness every so often of stopping, perhaps even before sleep, saying prayers.
Hello.
To rest what you receive from the reflections of the collective, because it's the space that you hold for yourself for that is very important. It's like there's a reason why Batman has to hide in a cave. I feel like you also do some. This could all also be done in the astral state. Okay, we're here for Opies. Rest came right out. Service and injustice. Mirrors. Oh, we were just talking about all of this. Full house. You change forms. And if this isn't from the collective space, Opie's like you understand. You can apply this very personally to your people, to your channels, to your companionships, relationships, corporate creations. You understand. I don't even need to say that. You know the channels. Because now I'm seeing like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles underground and utilizing those channels. Rest and service. We've been talking about rest the whole time. And knowing that even in your state of rest, physically, what's going on, at the end of the day, you know, when you close the doors from your job or you close, everyone's asleep and you're like, okay, everyone's, home safe, everything's good. And now it's about me.
Yellow.
And that's not to say it's about putting you last, but I feel like you carry, it's like seeing those flashlights that are like super duper. They take the same battery as flashlight A and flashlight B. Same battery. Maybe they even look the same. But somehow your flashlight is like one of those like military flashlights and they can go like for miles. I don't know. Okay. There is something about the yellow, the light within the self. I'm seeing somebody on a swing. Swing low, sweet chariot. I'm gonna carry you home. Swing low, sweet chariot. I'm gonna carry you home. Somebody's in bandages. And maybe this is where you are right now. You're in a restful state. It's okay to be there. You're still being of service. If this resonates, if this is your scry story, it's your scry story. And if not, thank you for holding space for others to receive it. Sometimes I need to take the armor off at nighttime to sleep comfortably. Take time to play. seeing a cake. There is a celebration
Choked.
somewhere. Like you have a full house, like whatever you're doing, there's a celebration. And it's almost like you're going to be adored for it, or even just adore yourself. I got trucks and quads, and I don't know what's happening out here in the next farm field over. Okay. Injustice and mirror. This is when I was talking about seeing the collective in that, seeing yourself in the collective. When I said them, not them, they are not outside of you, but I am of them. You see that. You see that. And any injustices, they're not yours to fix, but it's like they're to empower others in that energy expression, like this cloud that comes up and out from them. It's like you can help the energy so that when it comes back down and in, if it's like, and it comes back in, it's like there's a strength in something. There's a strength there. But your mind might just be a little wily sometimes. And I need to rest, witch doctor. See somebody, take care of yourself. And I know this is all very basic, but sometimes Opies, it's important. It's important. Okay, closing out message here for Opies. Thank you so much for being here, for allowing me to be a guest in your aura. And for all those who do like, share, and subscribe. Sorry, I get like even more in your readings, and I love it. This card, if you can take that and see how like there's the watermelon, the seeds, and some people like spit out the seeds, but it's like taking a bite out of life and cleaning things up, cleaning up that the energy around you. The two of birds, and we talked about this right from the beginning. The two of birds, penguins or sparrows, whatever they are. Love it. And again, there's a wordless card, and I dig that. It's like you are inherently there's a carving, a lot of triangles. Power and riches. Power, riches, and poker. Sword in the stone. The emerald tablets.
Glory.
Allow yourself to be celebrated. Celebrate yourself. Celebrate your accomplishments. Whether this is simultaneously or just individual to collective OPs, the work that you are doing and that's being done, please know it is highly celebrated. If you are looking for that twin soul companionship, please know that it seems to be here, even if it starts within the self. Of course, there's power, there's money, and there's pride. But be sure to get enough rest as well, right? Even Batman needs to take a sleep.
It's coming.
All right. Thank you so much, Opies. Until next time, I will see you again, and we'll scry soon. Bye.